Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. So what are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, I got a couple things, but the first thing is I've officially reached the point in Grey's where I no longer watch anymore.
The moment has arrived.
Yes, which I've hinted at before, and we'll just leave it alone because no spoilers.
You can guess.
Right. But now I'm like, shoot, what's my next rewatch? Because I'm on this rewatch train.
Yeah, it's comforting.
It's comforting. That's what they say. And love
they
it.
are right.
Whoever they are, they're right.
They sure are smart.
So I have 4 options for my rewatch. So I wanted to put it out there to you and to the listeners. If y'all have any votes, comment them of what you think I should rewatch next.
Okay, what are your options?
Okay, my 4 options are: 1 is Desperate Housewives.
Never seen it.
Ooh. I haven't watched it since really long time ago, like a really long time ago. I was like a teen, high school watching it with my mom.
I was definitely, if you were a teen watching with your mom, then
I was.
I must have been in college, so it was just not in my realm.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like that show kind of paved the way. Like, it was the first of its kind, really.
Yes, and I remember it being super into it, and so that's one.
Okay.
My next one is Revenge.
Never watched that either.
Oh, Robin. You got to watch Revenge.
How many seasons
It's only like 4 seasons.
What if we watch that together? Okay, maybe.
Okay. My next one is Vampire Diaries.
Great. I would totally rewatch that.
Yeah. I've seen it a couple times, though. So,
Me too.
You know, I hesitate on that one because also when it gets to a certain point, I'm like, meh.
And it's also a big commitment. And then I wonder, I would probably then have a hankering to rewatch the originals. Did you ever watch?
I watched, I think, the first 2 seasons, and then I was over it.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah. So those were my 3 options that I'm debating.
Options.
I mean, I have a ton more, but those are the 3 that I'm on for my next show.
Different vibes.
I feel like it's been long enough for those 3.
Okay.
Very, very different vibes. So y'all comment what you think I should rewatch next. Maybe
we'll do a vote.
We'll do
poll.
We'll do a poll. I'm also totally down to watch Revenge with you for the first time because, Robin, you would love that show. Emily Van Camp. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Van Camp.
Van Camp.
I might have said Van Camp. Emily Van Camp.
That's what I said.
You said Emily Van Camp.
Oh. I was getting excited.
The emphasis on the syllable.
It was the wrong emphasis. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm down.
Okay.
Okay. It can't be like a watch it weirdo situation where
we recap it every week?
No, where you get mad at me if I don't watch it.
Fine. Okay, so y'all let me know. We'll do a poll or a comment, whatever's easier for you.
Whatever's clever.
That's where I'm at because I need a new show to have on that's easy to watch where I don't have to be like so locked in.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's also why I like to do the rewatches because it's like when I want to turn my brain off sometimes, like, put on something that I've already seen, but it's been a while, so I'm in it, but I'm not like stressing about it, I guess.
I'm having this face because that made me think of a show that I want to make as my rec later instead of the one that I have.
Oh,
so
great.
Note that.
Glad I could help out.
Yeah.
Okay, the second thing that I have to bring up is we talked about the skating rinks
yes, we did.
last episode, and I talked about my parents always saying, oh my God, this is so couple skate. And so I had texted my mom, and I was like, hey, I need you to lock in with Dad one night and send me a list of the couple skate songs that like are just iconic couple skate songs to y'all so I can talk about them on here.
And did they?
They did. And my mom was blowing me up. She said her and Dad were so happy to like, they were so in the zone coming up with all these songs.
That is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
She was like, this is making us so happy. So
Yay.
that made me very happy.
Yeah.
And so I have a list.
Okay.
And then my mom said, well, why don't you play the songs when you say them? Copyright is a thing. I
cracked down on it like a year-ish ago.
Yeah, and I feel like
years.
now with all the AI, like they could easily scan stuff and find if you think about that.
Yep.
It could get bad. So we're not going to do that, but Robin and I might try to like sing a portion of the song or at least a line of the song if we need to.
Yeah. You know what that made me think of is if you search for our podcast on Google, the first thing that comes up is some merch site that is not
us.
Ours. And we don't know what to do about it. Like it's obviously just some AI or some bot that just crawls the web, crawls sites like the one that we are actually hosting our stuff on, and then they just steal it and sell it. And so that would suck if someone went on there and purchased our like if somebody who's listening goes and Googles it.
Right.
So ours is on Bonfire and it's link in bio.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Maybe we'll link it in this episode as well.
I don't know what to do about that. If y'all have any ideas on how to get this site taken down, because I mean, it's not like we're like a LLC or like what rights do we have?
Right.
You know, I designed the logo myself, but
we probably have no rights.
That's the thing.
You have no rights.
Like, is there anything keeping them from doing this? I don't think so.
Probably not.
It's not like we have it copywritten.
Nope.
Shit. If y'all know of anything we can do,
help.
Let us know. Okay, sorry.
Help. All good. You ready for the couple skate song?
Yes, please.
We'll try to give y'all a hint on
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Please, the 80s concert that is about to happen, just bear with us, please, because it ain't going to be pretty.
Okay.
Okay, so there were 5 songs that my parents said absolutes have to go on your list. They probably sent me around 20, like realistically, but 5 were absolutes, and then I just have some highlights that also they said were really good.
All
so
right.
the 5 absolutes. The first one is Open Arms by Journey.
Okay.
So a little, come to you with open arms. I don't know the words nice.
Me neither.
But I feel like we nailed that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first one.
Hope we did them proud. So far.
Bear with us. Second one is Against All Odds by Phil Collins. So take a look at me now. I will be standing here, and you're coming back to me is against all odds. Something like that.
I know that. Take a look at me now.
I feel like a lot of people sing it on like auditions.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember a voice audition where someone crushed it. Anyway.
Or didn't, and then that's equally entertaining.
True. True. Third one is Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon. And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Nope. Okay.
Wasn't in my
Do you know their other song?
My parents didn't listen to that type of music.
Their other song, maybe you know their other one. This is my favorite by them. Take it on the run, baby. If that's just how you want it, baby.
Nope. I mean, the band name
Yeah.
rings a bell, but neither of those songs do.
Okay. I'm just out here trying. Okay. Next one is Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner. I've been waiting for a girl like you. No?
No.
Okay. Great.
Sorry.
Next, last one on the absolute list was Faithfully by Journey.
Faithfully.
Yes.
That's all I got.
That's it. That's great.
Okay.
Leave it at that. Because no one, including myself, should be trying to cover Journey. Let's be real.
Right.
It's one of those things you just don't touch.
Or you do it in karaoke and it's Don't Stop.
Yeah. Anyone can sing that song because it's going to be a crowd pleaser for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So those were the 5 absolutes.
Okay.
Some other highlights were Islands in the Stream by Dolly Parton and Kenny. Let me just tell y'all
a classic.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs, honestly, ever. And I've said this before, but my dream duet karaoke song, if someone can sing that with me, love it.
That'd be great.
Yep. Next one is Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler.
Love.
Turn around.
Have I told that story?
Every now and then I get a little bit tired.
Coming round.
Turn around.
I think I did tell that story. My friend
You
Brandon
did.
cracked his voice. And
Yep.
I didn't laugh.
Yep.
Eyes.
Next one is Endless Love by Lionel Richie.
I actually sang that song with my friend Michael at Brandon's wedding, which is weird because we dated in high school.
Interesting.
And we sang Endless Love together at his wedding, but we're still friends to this day. It's all good.
That's cool.
My endless love. And that was a surprise from his wife, Stacy.
Oh, that's so sweet. Next one, I'm also not touching because I don't know it that well, and you don't touch Stevie Nicks. Leather and Lace by Stevie Nicks.
I know the title, and I, of course, know Stevie Nicks' iconic voice, but I don't know that song.
Yeah, I've heard it, but again, I'm not even going to try.
No.
Next one is You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone. You light up my life.
You give me strength
I think that's right.
carry on.
Yeah.
Light up my days.
I'm picking up a very 80s slow vibe here.
So slow to where it's like, you couple skate.
This is the couple skate that
Where's
they gave
the motion in the ocean? Like they're just so
like sway.
slow.
Next one is Eternal Flame by the Bangles.
An eternal flame.
Yep. And then just the last shout out here is they sent me 3 or 4 songs by the band Air Supply.
That sounds familiar, actually.
I played the songs and I did not recognize them.
That sounds familiar, but
they sent like 3 or 4 from them. So shout out Air Supply as well on the Couple Skate list. But that was the list that my parents sent over. So if y'all have any that you think they missed that were iconic, comment them.
Yeah.
And I will, of course, report back.
What a fun activity
for
them
they
were
to do. They were so happy. Like, we need to start doing stuff like this for them more often. It just made their whole day.
That's so cute.
Yep. So I think that was all I had to talk about.
Okay, great. I have some Robin's wrongs that I need to write.
Oh, wait. You said just
Shit,
Robin's wrong.
Robin's wrong. Damn it. So I was wrong. Well, kind of
I was going to say I'm partly to blame on this one.
So I was trying to say Rachel Lee Cook, and we got caught up in the Rachel Evan Woods, whatever her name is. So Josie and the Pussycats, which we're going to talk about later, it was Rachel Lee Cook. She did not star in Can't Hardly Wait. I was thinking of She's All That. But turns out she did audition for Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, what do you know?
So, small world. Mm-hmm. Although it wasn't at that time. They were all, it was all the same people.
Yeah.
I forgot so many songs for Skate World songs. So I found this radio station in Austin. I want to say it's like 95.3, 95 something.
Okay.
And it's a throwback station. And I just randomly was switching, and it was...
Is it 95.5?
No. It's not Magic 95.5. But it's right around there because it's kind of
Okay.
It kind of goes in and out. It's like I had never heard it before.
I feel like I listened to a throwback station here and I can't remember.
Yeah, it's 95 point something.
Okay.
And Tootsie Roll.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Tootsie Roll.
To the left. To the left.
Yeah.
To the right.
Candy sweet as gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
To the right.
To the right. To the front. To the front.
Yeah.
To the right. To the right.
So were you skating like
slide?
Oh yeah.
Slide. I don't know. It's just
you might be getting fancy out there on your skates.
I know, right?
One. Okay.
Also, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, and then bum 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 bum. Tell me what you gonna do. Sorry if you can hear my child yelling out there. See you at the crossroads, crossroads, crossroads. Bone Thugs and Harmony?
No.
Ooh. Also, anything Boys to Men.
Ah, yes.
My favorite is Motown Philly back again. Do the little East Coast slang. I messed that up. Not too hard and not too... I can do the long overdue now. Feeling what's slamming. Na-na, na-na.
Y'all are getting a whole concert this episode.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's the song that me and my friends did a dance to at the talent show.
Oh.
So I'm sure there's so many more. Every time I get in the car, if I don't have a podcast I want to listen to immediately, I just go to that station, and every song I'm like, that's a bop, that's a bop, that's a bop. So that's my new favorite station.
Love it.
Third thing was, I've forgotten this for like 3 episodes now, but Kelly texted me and she was like, the video that you forgot about was shoes.
Let's get some shoes.
Let's get some shoes. Oh my God, shoes. These shoes are $300. Let's get them. Shoes.
Iconic.
So forgot about shoes. Iconic.
Yes.
And that's it for Robin's Wrong.
Thank you for tuning in for Robin's Wrong again.
All right.
All right. You ready to get to the and then?
Let's get to it.
Okay. My and then.
Yes.
Is America's Next Top Model.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, a staple in the McKee household.
100%.
And it started in 2003.
Wow.
It's the first season, and there's like 24 seasons. I stopped watching probably around like 18, 19.
Sounds
but I watched about 18 seasons.
Me too. I was obsessed.
And then you just think about like how mean.
We were rooting for you. Remember that scene? We were all rooting for you. And she's like, shut up.
Yes.
Crazy.
They were so mean.
Tormented those poor girls.
Yes. And then you know what, like my favorite thing was the makeover episode.
Oh, yeah.
The makeover episode.
There was always one poor girl that had to like shave her head.
Bald. There was always one that had to go bald.
They're like, no, we're going to give you a blonde buzz and some blonde eyebrows. It's going to be so chic. And
she had the longest hair of all of them.
Oh,
and
always.
They were just like, shave it all off. I'm like, I would be freaking out too.
Yeah.
Wild.
Smize.
Robin, that was my next thing to say was
okay,
smize.
Let's smize. Ready? Nailed it. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what my face looks like.
I blacked out.
I just remember Tyra always standing up and being like, smize. And her whole like posture, she would just go,
she's a weirdo.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She was a weirdo on that show.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff she would say, some of the stuff she would do, some of the crazy photo shoots that they made them do.
Wild photo shoots.
Underwater. They would
just in all sorts of different.
They would have to be all over people.
Just very. I remember even when watching it being like, this would never be a real photo shoot.
Right. You would never see this.
No.
In the real world.
And what magazine is this in?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember watching so many seasons of that. And then like, I remember the first plus size model winning. Whitney was her name. I don't remember her last name, but I remember her first name was Whitney.
She's gorgeous.
Yes. Very pretty. And plus size.
Yeah. She was like size 12.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that would
I remember
never happen today.
Annalie.
Yep. And then she was in Crazy Stupid Love.
Yes. She plays the daughter or whatever. So yeah, I just like, it's a time that I was locked into America's Next Top Model. And I just remember it being crazy and then being rude to those girls.
I mean, the trauma.
Yes. I'm sure some of them have from that show.
Oh, yeah.
Of making them feel awful about themselves. Remember when they would walk up for the, like the judging and they would be like, what is that outfit? Like, you look like this and you need to change this and you're wearing too much lipstick. Like, I just remember them ripping them apart at judging.
To shreds.
Yes.
God, it was a different time.
It was a different time. If I went back and watched now, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I remember being locked in when it was on.
Definitely.
Locked in. It was a week to week.
Very invested.
We were locked in.
Appointment television for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, that was mine.
Okay, mine's kind of same vein, but way sooner than that.
Okay.
The dating show on MTV, Singled Out.
Okay, that's ringing a bell.
You would have never watched it because you were a baby.
I probably just heard of it.
Yeah. So it was this wild dating show on MTV that was just so addictive, so just wacky. The host was Chris Hardwick, which if I showed you a picture of him, you'd recognize him. But the co-host, kind of crowd work, whatever, token hot chick, was Jenny McCarthy at first, who, speaking of batshit crazy, what happened there. But she was the co-host for a while, just the wacky, Playboy bunny off to the side saying crazy shit. Like the jokes were just raunchy, a lot of fart jokes, a lot of, things about just very inappropriate because it was in the 90s.
What was the premise of the show?
So it would be 50 guys, 50 girls, and they would do each side per episode. One girl would go up and they'd do rounds. So the first round, it would be like this or that. And they'd be like, whose butt? David Spade or Chris Farley? And she'd be like, no, Chris Farley butt's in here. So anybody who thought they associated with Chris Farley butt, bye. Anybody, like, what kind of kisser they were. So they do like this or that, and then they would kind of self-identify, leave or whatever.
Okay.
And then they do another round where they ask them questions, another round, like they just narrowed it down, and then then they would reveal, and that's who she went on a date with. Like there's one where they put on a giant cowboy hat that went down to their waist, and they had to like impress her with like a cowboy dance.
Interesting.
So just really wacky, really silly, just very of the times. But
you watched it all the
mid
time?
to late 90s. Oh yeah, I was like 13 when it was on. Anywhere from, I guess when it started, I would have been a little too young to watch it, but my sister was older, so yeah, around like 10 to 14ish probably. And then I'm sure they aired reruns.
MTV had some crazy shows back in the day.
Oh yeah, and then at one point, Carmen Electra took over.
For Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, because Jenny McCarthy got her own TV show it was like the Jenny McCarthy show.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, just that whole era of just anything goes.
It did.
It did. But Singled Out, I don't know why that popped in my brain the other day, and I was like, and it just washed over me of how.
So they would just keep asking questions until there was only one left? Oh.
Like the girl would pick him or the guy would pick them at the end based on certain things. Like each round was a different kind of vibe.
Right.
And then if at one point they would have like this golden ticket. So if someone passed by them that they were like, ooh, they're cute, they could give them a golden ticket to stay in and go immediately to the semifinals.
Cool.
So I think it was 4 rounds. So it was very quick, very silly, very inappropriate nowadays, but very entertaining.
Interesting.
I watched a bit of one on YouTube the other day to refresh my memory. There was this weird like baby cherub thing that was like Angel Bob, and it was in the little credits, and he was like an overweight white man with like stubble and a beard smoking a cigar. But that was like the cherub angel in the little credits. It was weird.
Okay.
Weird times. Wild times.
What a time.
Yeah. I was trying to look and see if there was a documentary about it. There's not.
Dang.
That's all right.
Dang.
All right. That's all I got.
All right. Let's take it to the now.
Let's do it.
Gupta. The queen is coming.
Nailed it.
Did I nail it? So that's how we're starting off the now.
Welcome to the now.
So Sandra Oh, aka Christina Yang of Grey's Anatomy.
AKA
also.
she's in everything.
Not in my brain.
Well, just a throwback to a previous episode where I was like, she's been in so many things.
Yeah, I guess I just never think of anything else. Anyway, she remade the iconic scene from Princess Diaries for Anne Hathaway's entrance on the Kelly Clarkson show.
It was iconic.
So good. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The queen is coming. The queen is coming. So good. So I just wanted to call that out because if y'all haven't seen that video, go watch it. It'll bring you all the feels.
And Anne Hathaway looked fabulous.
She is just, she might look the best she's ever looked. Like it's kind of crazy how good she looks.
She knows it.
Oh, she's out here strutting.
I cannot wait to watch that movie. What's it called? Shit.
The Idea of You?
The Idea of You.
Mm-hmm. I want to watch it too.
There's a clip of her on Jimmy Kimmel where she's like, who here has watched the book? Or rather, watch the book. Who here has read the book? And all like the middle-aged audience are like, nah. But they're all going to watch the movie, so it's fine. But yeah, she's looking fantastic.
Yeah, she looks great. I want to watch that movie too. Maybe we can talk about it on the next.
I'm definitely going to be talking about it in the next episode.
I'll have it watched by next episode for sure.
It's gotten good reviews.
Heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. What else do we have on the now?
So Kai and, how do you say her name again?
Sanam
are engaged.
Yes, from Love Island, y'all.
Which is awesome.
She was like the first bombshell. Is that right? No, not a bombshell.
Well, she wasn't technically a bomb. She
not
was
a bombshell from Casa Amor. That's what I meant to say. The first from Casa Amor to make it to the final and win. Yeah.
Her and Kai were so cute.
Yes, and they're engaged.
It's so cute. Apparently, last year she put on Instagram that he had gotten her a promise ring, and then now they're officially engaged.
Yeah, they're very, very cute. Yeah. She is just gorgeous,
and just such a sweetheart.
And he grew on me because I wasn't really, I didn't really like him for like the first half of the season, I feel like, and then he really grew on me.
So this was the winter season from last year.
Yes.
Yeah. So that made me look up who else is still together. Somehow I landed on, I didn't go any further than this. This shows how much preparation I did, but I went down a rabbit hole of Locken and Whitney. They're still together.
Love.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of, you know who's surprising to me that's still together? Tom and Molly. From this All-Star season.
Are you sure?
Yes. Just looked.
Okay. I'm thinking of Molly and Zach.
Oh, they're not together.
No.
Molly and Zach aren't together, but Tom and Molly are together because I just saw that. I follow them, so I know that.
Good.
So I'm surprised though.
Yeah.
Because they got together at the very end of the season. I was like, they'll break up pretty quick, but they're still together. So, and I have like my favorites. What is her name? Camilla and Jamie.
Yeah.
She's just my favorite.
Yeah, they got a little family.
They have 2 kids.
Yeah.
They're just so cute. I follow them, so I keep up. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still some Love Island couples out there making it. I think it's a lot more successful than a lot of these other dating shows.
Yeah. So fingers crossed that Kai and Sanam make it. I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. And then I think that this wasn't our outline, but Love Island US is going to start filming soon because they've paused filming.
With Ariana?
Mm-hmm, they paused filming on VPR, on Vanderpump Rules. And they didn't say explicitly why. Things have gotten pretty heated lately, and so it's kind of like maybe they need to chill. But I think the unofficial reason is that she's going to go film that, and that takes a couple months.
Yeah.
So if she's not on the show, they're actually going to finally open their sandwich shop. Something about her. Her and Katie's sandwich shop is going to open toward the end of May, and Ariana won't even be filming it. Ariana won't even be there. Maybe she'll be able to come back for that, but they
probably
won't.
Probably for the opening she'll be there.
But they won't technically be filming during that time.
Interesting.
So I guess we'll just get whatever we get on their phones. They've been going through it though, like with permits and stuff. They built this whole cute patio with this cute awning, iconic. Everybody was like, how quickly they were opening versus Tom Tom, which was pretty much one of the reasons for the demise of Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz's marriage. And everybody was like, wow, they opened that before Tom Tom, or no, sorry, not Tom Tom. Their other bar, Schwartz and Sandy's. That was the one that was like, they were having a really hard time opening. And they're like, wow, they're making y'all look bad opening their sandwich shop. But then apparently the city came in. They were like, yeah, no, that's not zoned correctly. And they had to rip out the entire patio.
Dude, I feel like
it set them back like a year.
It's like you think you're just going to be able to like open something. I feel like there's just so many little things that you have to do for these.
So fingers crossed they actually open up in May. And good for them because I've already bought some of their merch.
Nice. Next thing I had, very exciting. Hopefully it moves forward. Rachel McAdams and Lindsay Lohan both saying they're interested and down to do a Mean Girls sequel. You're not excited?
Do we need it?
Well, I didn't. I watched part of the remake. Didn't like it.
The musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The musical. I didn't like it.
I say like that aside. And the fact that there was a Mean Girls 2. We forgot that happened. Doesn't
I've
matter.
never seen that in my life.
Me neither. Doesn't matter.
With different people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Exactly. Let's take just Mean Girls by itself without any of that other stuff. Do we need a sequel?
Sure, we don't need it. But if they came back as their iconic selves and characters, would it be nostalgic for us? Yes.
But what if it's like a Sex in the City situation where it like kind of puts like a tarnish on it?
Oh, God. That's a good call out. I forgot about that shit.
Do you know what I mean?
I watch it because I have to.
Yeah.
Because my body makes me.
Like,
but
what
I
if
hate
it's just...
and just like that. So...
What if it's just meh?
It's true. But
or mid, as the kids are saying.
That is what the kids say. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like to see Rachel McAdams go back to like Regina George would be very cool because we haven't seen her do anything else like that in so long.
It's got to be written by Tina Fey.
Oh,
it's got to be.
If it's the both of them, I don't see them going outside of like the OG stuff.
Yeah. And that's what Rachel McAdams said, or one of them said, is quoted being like, if the queen is on board, like, you know,
we all know
or the boss lady or whoever.
We all know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see some plot lines, like obviously they're going to have to be in a mom situation and it's like the mom dynamic.
Or it's like their daughters are in high school, but it's a lot more focused on the moms or something.
Could their daughters be in high school though?
I don't know. When did that come out? 2005?
It was 20 years ago. Didn't they just do the 20-year thing?
Yeah.
If they had kids when they were 24, sure. I mean, yeah.
That's not that unreasonable.
Maybe middle school? 8th graders?
Yeah.
Going in high school?
Maybe.
Little sleepover vibes?
Maybe.
Speaking of.
Don't dog on it more.
No. Well, kind of. But no, it's about Mean Girls. So when I was looking up kind of the comparison between the two, because I was curious about the year and month that they came out with the plastics versus the pleathers of it all. They said, like one of the, if you scroll down on IMDb page for Sleepover, the main girl, Alexis
Vega.
Yeah. She was quoted in an interview saying how mean the other girls were to her and how she hated being on set of Sleepover.
Oh my God.
And that she just like none of them were friends, versus when you read about Mean Girls,
they were all
and they're still friends to this day. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, like one of the things that they talk about when, I mean, it'd be easy for us to pick back up and go back into these characters again. Like we were all still friends as adults and I would love to get back on set with them. Like that would be great to pick up these characters again with them. So I just thought that was interesting, little juxtaposition there between the two movies of like the chemistry really matters, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If they came out with a sequel, I would be down to watch it.
I would definitely watch it. I would just be like,
please don't ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
If you don't feel 1,000% about it, don't put it out.
Like make it like a really cute, like, oh, you know, that tugged my heartstrings.
I want that nostalgic feeling from it. And just like that, I don't get that at all.
No, it's like, why? Why are you doing this?
Why am I watching this? But I have
you
to.
hate watch it.
Yes, I hate watch it. I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jake Gyllenhaal and Sabrina Carpenter are going to be on the finale of SNL. The Swifties are freaking out, man.
Yeah.
But
you get offered to do SNL. It doesn't really matter who. Yeah, it doesn't really matter who's on there with you. You're doing it.
And I bet Taylor was like, "That's hilarious."
It's so long ago. And I'm sure they did it on purpose. SNL is like,
oh yeah,
marketing is going to be great.
It's perfect timing.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's genius.
I love it.
I'm sure there's going to be a couple little nods. Like I'm thinking maybe they don't do
the monologue.
Exactly. I don't think that he's going to be I don't think there's going to be a skit about it. I think that would be taking it a little too far and a little too like on the nose.
I was going to say too targeted.
Yeah, but maybe they'll do some sort of nod to it, little one-liner here and there. You got to call it out. You can't ignore it.
No, I definitely think it'll be in the monologue.
Yeah. I feel like if Taylor and Jake ran into each other at a party, they'd be cordial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And she put the nail in that coffin with the 10-minute version.
And she also put the nail in the coffin with the smallest man that ever lived. And she moved on to the ripping apart someone, and he's not the center of attention on that anymore.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I just thought
chill out, everybody. You need to calm down.
I just thought it was a very interesting combo, and know they did it on purpose. And I was like, we got to call that out.
It is genius. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. My last thing is like very niche.
Okay.
But I need to do it because not me sobbing in bed the other day.
Oh.
So Randy Travis, country singer from 80s, 90s.
Sure.
You know the song Forever and Ever, Amen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna love you forever. Yes. Okay. Him. So he had a stroke about 11 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it caused him not be able to speak anymore, sing anymore. Very sad, right?
Very sad.
Well, he released a new song today, actually, of all days, that we're filming. He released a new song today. It was like an unreleased song that he had recorded before his stroke.
Wow.
And then they like remastered it to like put it out there.
Aww.
And it's called Where That Came From, and it is so Randy Travis, like, oh my God, I could cry just thinking about it.
She's got tears in her eyes, people.
It's so sweet. And I watched this, like, it just was like one after the other. Once I started, the algorithm just brought them all to me.
Yeah.
And the first one I saw was Clay Walker. I literally am about to cry.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
Clay Walker.
She's getting glassy.
Clay Walker, who's another iconic country singer.
Yeah.
It was Randy Travis showing him the song for the first time because they're friends.
Aww.
And Clay Walker literally crying. I just got chills. Crying on the couch listening to it for the first time. And Randy Travis is just sitting there and he can't really speak and he's just like smiling.
Oh, showing it to him
live. Like he's like, me and you. Oh. It's a video of like me and you.
I didn't know if you meant like back when he wrote it.
Oh, no. It's now. And he's just sitting there like smiling and Clay Walker is tearing up on the couch. I literally have goosebumps.
Oh my God.
And it was the sweetest thing.
That's amazing.
And I listened to it like all morning, all day. And it is so good. It is so like 80s, 90s country vibe. And his voice is just like one of those iconic voices in old country music.
I'm sure
he has so many good songs.
That song definitely. I kind of want to listen to it.
Oh, we'll listen to it after this.
I wish we could play it for y'all.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, it's called Where That Came From. And it is just, it's beautiful. I love it. And then I was on a whole like listen to old country vibe, which is something I get into every now and then. But yeah, I just wanted to call that out. If y'all like country music and everyone that likes country music knows Randy Travis, go listen to his new song Where That Came From. I just thought it was the sweetest thing. And then it was like several other country singers that he was showing it to, but the Clay Walker one was like the sweetest reaction I've ever seen because he's just like, he like, you know how men do, like he kind of pulls his like cowboy hat down, like, because he's crying, and it was just the sweetest thing.
The heartstrings hath been pulled.
Yes, I needed to call it out. It's very good. Y'all go listen.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm okay. It was so sweet. All the videos were so sweet, and I love the song. Like it's just the sweetest song.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's a lovely note to end the now on.
All right, let's go to Watch It, Weirdo. Okay, so you gave me Josie and the Pussycats, and I liked it.
Yay!
It was good.
Well, he looks at me with those innocent eyes and says, it looks like you're wearing some kind of disguise because your hair sticks up, your shoes are untied, and I hope that you got that shirt at half price. I remember every word, jammed out. I just have to say, Sori and I watched it, and then I bought it. And then we watched it again the next day, and then we've watched it again since then.
Wow.
I forgot how much I love this movie.
It's good.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yay!
It was really good.
Yay.
So getting into my notes, I was so confused. Robin, I started playing it, and it was all about the boy band Du Jour. And I was like,
Seth Green.
I thought that I clicked on the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, I thought this was about the girl band. And I had to pause it and be like, oh, no, this is it. It's just the intro is about the boy band. I was so confused. Then
I forgot about that.
And then it all made sense.
Oh, my God, it's Church from Scratch.
I literally wrote down, OMG, the boy band was Seth Green and Petey.
Yeah.
He's back.
He's always there. Same cast of characters.
Yes.
And then that other guy that was in everything, like Road Trip and all.
He was in
so many things.
I don't know which one you're talking about, but one of the other guys, he was in Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. He plays
probably that same guy,
Matthew McConaughey's brother. In that.
Oh yeah,
he's in everything.
Yeah, he was in everything.
So yeah, I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, they were kind of jamming, like their song, like, ooh, okay, I'm kind of jamming
Backdoor lover. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, we're getting it. Floop Floobly. He's back. He's back. Everywhere. Then I wrote down, this is where all the boys are like fighting on the plane. And I was like, band drama. Could you like really though? I took a second and I was like, I feel like it would be so tough being in a band because of creative differences.
Everybody has to like have their thing.
Yes. Everyone has to have their thing. It's like, oh, let's build the set list. I think of like Daisy Jones and the Six where it's like, no, we're going to play this. No, we're not going to play that. Like just think about band drama's got to be real.
Yeah.
Why all these.
Du jour means seatbelts.
What?
Whenever they were going down, because they would be like, "Du jour means family."
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That Floop tells the pilot, "Take the Chevy to the levee," and then they just jump out of the plane. I was like, "What?"
Yep.
Crazy.
The day the music died.
Yeah, crazy. And then I wrote down ramen noodles, baby. We've all been in that broke stage because the girls were eating the ramen noodles because they were broken, hadn't made it yet.
Yep.
And then I said, of course, they have Tara Reid playing the dumb blonde.
I know.
It was like so cliche.
I wrote down Tara Reid walked so Amanda Seyfried could run.
Same dumb blonde vibe. Hundo P.
So Sawyer kept being like, oh, that's the dumb one. And she kept saying that. Oh, and she's the smart one about Rosario Dawson. Oh, and she's like the main girl. And I was like, yes.
Accurate.
Yes.
I wrote down, Alan is so cute with his Justin Bieber haircut. Also, you know what's crazy? I was like, where do I know this guy from? He's in Revenge.
Oh.
I was like, I could not think of it. I had to Google it. And then I Googled it and I was like, oh my God, he's in freaking Revenge.
I think I looked that up too of like, what do I know him from? Even though I haven't watched Revenge,
that's the only thing I know him from. I don't know him from anything else, but he's in Revenge.
Alan M.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Alan M.O.P.
The fact that I don't even remember what part this was at, but I wrote down the quote. What about the Beatles and the Backstreet Boys?
Oh, like, that's when...
The fact that that's in the same sentence, like the Beatles and the Backstreet Boys, I'm like...
He was saying, because they were the Pussycats, and then he made them Josie The Pussycats, and he was like, bands with the word and in them make this much more in sales. And Rosario Dawson's like, what about the Beatles and the Backstreet Boys?
I just like the fact that they put them in the same sentence was so funny to me. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, oh, Eugene Levy playing himself. Hilarious.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, just for a second. Yeah, he just has like a quick cameo.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Eugene Levy. Yeah, I'm an actor."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, hello." And then, okay, this is where I started to get a little whoa for me. Was when you started to get into the conspiracy of it all, of like that they were
subliminal messages.
Yeah, the subliminal messaging and all the music and like controlling the minds of the youth. And I was like, "Oh my God!"
It was very of the times in that way of like it just shined a light on everything with the consumerism and, you know, the subliminal messages. Like that was a thing on Saved by the Bell that Zach was putting it into songs. And then Parker Posey, who again is everywhere.
Yeah.
Her character is so funny.
Oh, interesting to say the least.
There was one part though that I want to call out real quick where you know they had like that underground layer with the tickers.
Yeah.
So upon like the third watch, I noticed it said on one of the tickers because it was the same directors as Can't Hardly Wait.
Okay.
Speaking of Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
And it says Can't Hardly Wait was underrated.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so of course you noticed the product placement.
Yeah. Oh, all over the place.
So I think whenever we all saw it back in the day, we thought that it was ads, product placement, that these, you know, companies are paying.
Yeah, to be put in this movie.
The movie was making money. No. They put 73 brands in that movie.
Randomly?
No charge. Didn't even try to get ad deals with them. They just wanted to show that
vibe could be done
of like the consumerism of it all, the controlling of the
youth. Brands everywhere.
So it's not only just the branding everywhere, like literally in the bathroom, she's washing herself with like a McDonald's French fry loofah.
Yeah.
And the plane is all Target.
Yep.
And then the subliminal messaging, like that all is just part of this movie was so ahead of its time. I forgot how like just such a good job they did at like getting that message across in such like a kitschy, you know, I don't even know, like satirical way.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
It got a little too whoa for me in the conspiracy theory. Like this
the government getting involved.
This line. Yeah. The government walks in. This line, I was like, oh, like my stomach kind of dropped. Ever wonder why so many rock stars die in plane crashes or drug overdoses?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. That hit a little too real.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. But again, the whole thing was like the conspiracy of it all.
But I like that they took it there.
Well, they took it there.
They didn't gloss over it.
Nope. My stomach dropped and I was like, okay, a little too real.
Yeah.
Crazy though. And then there was like, there's no such place as Area 51. I was like, okay, they're really taking it there. And then, okay, so then they started talking about behind the music.
Yeah, the VH1.
Yeah, I never watched that.
Ooh, I did.
I didn't even know. I was like, this is real, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So then I had to go look to make sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is real, but let me go look. I had to go look. So I was like, is this a real show? Yeah, I never watched it. And then I said, oh my God, Fiona in the girly room was so awkward.
Yeah.
In the pink girly room.
Like, come on, girl.
Yes. I was like,
she's like, with the one Pringle.
One Pringle.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just uncomfortable.
And her weird teeth come loose. And
oh, don't worry. I got a whole line on that. And then I was like, Alan, just kiss her already in the aquarium scene. But then they get interrupted, of course. And then I said, Josie is so sweet, letting the other girls shine until they brainwash her. And that switch flipped real quick.
And she sent them to their death by Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. I said, wow, Carson Daly's trying to kill them. And also, this is going to be crazy to a lot of people probably around your age. But like, if I hear Carson Daly, I think of the host of The Voice.
That's fair.
But I know, like, he's known for a lot more before that. But like,
I mean, he is TRL.
Right. I didn't watch TRL.
Yeah.
Like,
Buggy is just whining at that door. Give me a second. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, that was crazy that Carson Daly was trying to kill them. And then I wrote, du jour, the boys are back in body casts.
Yep. That was so funny.
I was like, oh, they're back.
They're like,
they're
no,
alive.
we successfully landed the plane. We just landed in the middle of a Metallica concert.
And then they beat us up in the parking lot.
Which whenever I watched it again the next day, I was like, you're right. They show the plane going, meow, but there's no.
No, they never showed actually crashing.
It was good. Didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see the boys coming back. That they're back. Then I wrote, white ass Wally and lisping Lisa.
When he wipes it off and he's just white.
White ass Wally. I was like, those teeth are freaking disgusting was my next note.
She's like, Lazarus.
So gross. Teeth are a thing for me. I can't look at bad teeth. Like, no. I was like, please stop showing her. Like,
they really
just
took
don't
it
show
there.
her.
I read a thing about it because I just went down such an ADHD fixation rabbit hole. Parker Posey at first was like a little trepidatious about doing the movie. Like, she felt like maybe it wasn't her brand of comedy and like maybe a little too kitschy or whatever. But reportedly on the set, as soon as, she started working with Alan Cummings, that he would just like take it there, and she would just like, because she respected him and his comedy, that she would just like go there with him.
Love it.
Which you can tell, like you can see it.
They were feeding off each other for sure.
And then in that, I love a movie that does this. Like one of my favorite movies that does this is Liar Liar, where that end bit is the bloopers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I want like just an hour long of just that.
I want all bloopers.
Yeah,
all
when
the
they're
time
like
on everything.
Going in slow for the kiss.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So funny.
So good.
And then my last note was macking on stage. Let's go, Alan M.
I know.
They were macking in front of the whole crowd.
Yeah, I almost cried a little.
Yeah, it was good.
I do want to say headsets.
Back to the headsets.
A lot of headsets.
All over the place.
Yeah.
No. So I really did like it. I thought it was really good. There was one moment where I was like, this is a little too real, but outside of that,
the fashion
was, I mean, the times.
Something else I didn't notice until
the low-rise jeans.
Yeah. Something else I didn't notice till reading about it and then watching back is that Alan's glasses would always change with like whatever the color.
Didn't even notice.
The times was. Yeah.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah.
He's just always got some kind of outfit going in real life and in these characters he plays. Like he's always just stunting on them,
Oh, one thing that I want to note is, Riverdale.
Oh yeah, and then they mentioned the comic
because they're from the comics.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Because remember, wasn't it my first and then that I talked about Archie comics?
Yes.
God, the full circleness.
Yes.
And yeah, when whatever his name is, the manager is like, "Why are you even here?" And she's like, "I was in the comics."
Yes.
And they're like, "What?" Nothing.
Very clever.
So good.
Very clever.
Okay.
So my 3 words are sneaky, because they're sneaky about like how they did everything.
All the things.
Fabulous. Like just like the girl bands and the fashion.
Feel good montage.
Yes. So fabulous, sneaky, and jamming. Because they were jamming. I was jamming the boy band song. I was jamming the girl band songs.
Dude, that soundtrack slaps.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
I'm so glad. So I looked up stuff about that soundtrack because it was so good. So all of the girls except for Rachel Lee Cook did their vocals. She supplied some of the backup vocals, but the co-writer of some of the songs and the voice of her was the frontline chick from a band that was pretty big at the time, like a punk band called Letters to Cleo.
Never heard of
Letters for Cleo? Letters to Cleo? Doesn't matter. I remember liking that band back then. And so that's who did their vocals. When they did they reunited like for something in their 15th year, I think. Their 20th year was during COVID, and there's some cute stuff online. But for their 15th reunion, they were in person, and they performed some of the songs, and she performed some of them.
Oh, that's cool.
With one of the other co-writers.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so they had like legit, if you look up there's like 3 or 4 people who wrote all the songs combined. They're all very legit, like established songwriters.
That's cool.
So that's why it slaps.
They were jamming.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. All
Love
right.
it. Okay.
Talk to me about Because I Said So.
So Because I Said So, I thought it was very cute.
Yes.
Very like predictable, but in that comforting way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So first things first, I think this might be Diane Keaton's most obnoxious role I've ever seen her in, which she was meant to be.
Yes. She's supposed to be the annoying mom, for sure.
Very classic meddling mom, controlling, trying to make decisions for her daughters. Yep. She's always cooking in a beautiful kitchen.
Yes.
She just stays cooking in a beautiful kitchen.
I love all the baking and cooking scenes throughout. I loved the sorry, I know you're supposed to be reviewing.
No, I did the same thing.
Now I just got so excited.
No, go.
Like when they did it 2 or 3 times in the movie where it was Mandy Moore and Diane Keaton doing the same exact things in their own kitchen. Like, I don't know why. I just loved that.
That was very sweet.
Like the mirroring of it all.
Yeah. So she's the youngest daughter, but I think probably has the most connection with her mom, which is why her mom's so invested in her, in her life and her love life. So she puts out the ad, which was just
Could you believe?
The first symptom, I was like, ruh-roh.
Yeah.
She crazy. And the second that they showed that guitarist, the first time the camera pans to him, I was like, that's our guy.
That's Harvey Specter from Suits. Oh. He's the guy from Suits. And everyone's in love with and obsessed with. And he is so dang cute in this movie.
As soon as they showed him, I was like, that's going to be the guy that Mandy Moore ends up with. Like, you just know.
You knew.
There were a couple songs in this movie that I really recognized and loved. So the first one was this band Bittersweet that sang the song in the movie Heaven when Mandy Moore's wearing the polka dot dress and she meets Jason for the first time. I was obsessed with that band. They have this song called Mating Game. Oh my God. I listened to that album so much. So that I was like, oh, I know this.
Yep.
The dad from Seventh Heaven.
I didn't watch Seventh Heaven.
That's
so talk to me.
Joe's dad.
Oh, his dad.
Yeah. So he just took her to his house after their first date where he has a son that he didn't tell her about and lives with his dad.
Yep. Pretty much.
Didn't tell her about any of that. Just was like, hey, come in. She's like, oh, it's so cozy. And then, surprise.
Yep.
She has a 4-year-old running around and lives with his dad and his son.
No, they don't. They don't live together because later in the show, they're not. They're at a different house. He just had him over there babysitting from what I understood.
No, they live there.
The dad lives there?
I think so. Oh, maybe the dad was there babysitting?
That's what I'm saying. The dad was at his house babysitting. That's
but still, the whole on a first date, let me not mention to you that I have a son and then just spring it on you when I bring you home to potentially hook up.
A lot.
What?
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was weird. She was kind of insufferable, Diane Keaton, at various points throughout the movie.
Oh.
She screamed and cried a lot. Like, I get the meddling mom angle, but I feel like, and I don't think it was her fault. I honestly felt like it was the director maybe being like, push it further, push it further.
I think she was just supposed to be meddling and dramatic, and that's why they always showed the sisters not wanting to deal with her or whatever.
Would just freak out and scream, go from 0 to 60 and scream and make these weird noises in a way that I was like, that's not I don't feel like if Diane Keaton was given the freedom to play that role how she would, I don't think she would have taken it there.
Maybe.
And they just seem to be pushing it a little further than I wanted it to.
Okay.
There were a couple other weird things that I was like, eh. So, when she's making the souffles and she gets the timing right, and that's great. Yeah. But then she says to Joe, what is going on with us today? And then he's like, we're having an off day. I'm sure we'll have many more off days together if we stay together. And I'm like, we as the audience have only seen them go on that one date. And then they flash to her making him souffles and being so comfortable around him and then talking like that. And she's also dating the architect at the same time. So I just thought that was a weird jump or assumption to make that they just needed to show us a little bit more development of their relationship, I thought. I was just like, what?
I think they were just showing it. They were
to show that they had gotten that close.
Yeah, and yes, but also to show how he reacted with her when they were kind of
versus when she spilled
that's because it was back to back. It was him reacting nicely with her. Hey, we're having an off day. It's okay. We're gonna have more. That's normal. And then it flashes to I can't remember which came first, to the architect where he gets really angry with her because it was back to back scenes. I think that's why they did it.
I think he got angry with her first, and
so it was showing
I get that
how he was and how he was with her.
It's just we're just having an off day. I'm like, y'all have had 2 days together.
Well, so you're right. They don't show them on a lot of their dates together, but they show the in between scenes with they're with the sisters. So it's kind of implying that time has gone by and stuff.
You know what would have helped with that? A feel good montage.
Oh,
of her dating both guys.
Yeah.
Just a quick 30-second song.
Yeah, the only thing they had was when she's rolling around in bed with both of them.
Yes. They went from like the one date with him where she meets his kid, then the one with the architect where he gets mad at her, and then back to the souffle. And I was just like, did I blink and miss something? I don't know. There's one part where she says to her mom, kind of toward the end where they're at her birthday party, and she's like, I hate pleated skirts. She was literally wearing a dress that at the seam, pleated skirt.
Oh,
I was like,
didn't notice. Didn't notice.
High for detail. Did she really ask her daughter what an orgasm felt like?
She sure did. Yeah.
That was so awkward.
Yeah.
But clearly they've established at the beginning when they're all in their undies together that they have that type of relationship.
Yeah. No, you can tell throughout the whole movie that they all just speak freely with each other.
That was one of my final thoughts that I'll say now. A lot of sex talk between mother-daughter, but that's okay.
Yeah, you could tell they just had that relationship.
Way more than I would have. Is the director a man?
I have no idea.
I bet he is. I bet it is.
I didn't think it. I mean, like, yeah, I think it's a lot of sex talk with your mom, but like, I just feel like they did a really good job, in my opinion, like showing that they had that relationship throughout the movie with like scene after scene of it being just the three sisters and the mom and them having like those funny back and forth.
I loved their dynamic though.
Me
like
too.
The sisters and the mom and how they did the opening scenes of the weddings.
Yes.
And I thought they did a really good job. And then being like, where's Millie? And she was like off having sex and they're like, wait, isn't he still with his wife or something? I was like, oh God. So yeah, I thought I really, it's any of these little things that I'm picking on. It's just like, again, a sign of the times of like, these are the types of movies that got made where like nowadays they just wouldn't
I know you
go there to the uncomfiness.
You gotta go.
You gotta see past it. Yeah. I thought his style was confusing the guitarist, but I liked it. Like he had like that like.
Oh yeah, I was kind of eclectic.
Yeah.
He pulls it off. I just love him.
No,
like,
yeah.
All he does is wear really nice suits.
Oh, okay.
And he looks amazing, but like I even liked his eclectic
Is he a natural
fashion.
blonde or did they like lighten his hair?
They lightened his hair a little.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they lightened it a little bit.
I liked him a lot.
Oh God, he's so dang cute, and you love him in suits. He's a handsome man.
So a couple final things. They also had a song that I love, a band that I was super into for a hot minute, the Weepies. The World Spins Madly On. The world spins madly on. I think it was
when did they play that?
Toward the end. There's one song that I freaking love by them. I don't really think everybody wishes they were somewhere else.
I don't remember.
Oh, I was so into the Weepies for a hot minute. Me and you. Oh, anyway, if anybody out there knows the Weepies, shout out. Okay, lots of cakes and lots of cakes falling. Do people just letting cakes fall like that?
I'm trying to think.
You know what it makes me think of?
I'm trying to think when all
the Adam Sandler movie, where they're like carrying the cake and then somebody like busts through the cake, or is that in Sandlot? It's just a kind of a movie thing.
Yeah, I feel like the cake dropping is just like a.
So there's at least two cakes. Diane Keaton.
There's the one at the end at the wedding. There's the one where the kid runs into her and she like into her face.
Yeah,
two.
It's a lot of cakes. They just bake a lot.
They're bakers.
Cakes were like the theme, right?
Yeah, she's a caterer and a baker.
Yeah. They really never really said what the mom, like why the mom was so, like, did she own a business that was a bakery, or they show her in a kitchen a lot?
They don't ever talk about like what she did for a job, but you can tell that she cooks a lot, and that's where Millie got it from, and that's probably why they're so close.
Yeah, no, totally. They
didn't give a background.
Yeah,
on it, no.
Lots of cakes, big cakes too.
I just thought that was their business.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
Oh,
it's just like,
cool, lots of cakes.
Yeah, lots of cakes. So, also, sorry, one more thought. Poor Stuart.
When she's in the freaking therapist office, she's like, "You've been telling my sister,"
and he's like, "You've been talking about me."
Yeah, that's all he took from it. Oh, she's been talking about me. Oh, she's been talking about me. I'm like, that's amazing.
Bless him. Okay, so I liked it though. Like, I'm just picking apart for the fun of the podcast.
I feel like Lauren Graham was so good as like the older sister. She had the same Lorelai wittiness.
Oh yeah,
in that.
I adore her.
I just felt like her vibe in that movie was so good, and it was so Lorelai, like witty, quick, and then Piper's just hilarious. Yeah. Like
she's so beautiful.
They're all so beautiful.
No, they cast them very well.
I love the sister dynamic. I love the sister and mom dynamic. Yeah. Like those are my favorite scenes is when it's the four of them because they're so funny.
Agreed. Agreed. I really enjoyed that.
I love that movie. It just makes me smile. Mm-hmm. And Mandy Moore is just everything.
Yep. All right. So my 3 words are meddling.
Yes.
Screaming.
Okay.
She only went from 0 to 60. That's all.
Okay.
There's really no in between. And cake.
Oh. So Robin had no real thoughts. Just like
I thought it was sweet. My original last word was sweet, and then that made me think of cake. Because cake's sweet.
Okay, fair.
So I was like, I might as well just go cake.
Fair.
No, I thought it was cute, like perfect little movie for what it was in its time.
It's not
like
the best movie ever, but
if it was
I
on,
like it.
If it was on, I would watch it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, like I can pick apart these little things throughout, but overall as a whole movie, I very much enjoyed it.
Good.
Like there was times where I was like, oops, I'm not taking notes.
You were just
So that's why all my notes are those little like one things because I was actually just watching it. Mm-hmm. So yeah. All right.
Cool. Let me give you my next one.
Okay.
Complete vibe switch.
Okay.
We're going to the iconic, the one and only High School Musical.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Are you? For
yes.
real? Okay.
It's like almost makes me mad that I haven't watched it.
I just hope you don't.
It'll
It'll crush me if you pick it apart.
I think it's such a part of like our, I don't even know what the word is, like ecosphere. Like it's just such like,
it is.
It's so ingrained in, like I feel like I know these characters already. I've never seen it. I might have seen bits and pieces, but I've definitely never seen it. It's kind of a different thing because of its iconic nature that like it's gonna be impossible to pick apart in the way that I've been able to pick apart these kind of niche like one-off ones. Of like it became just so ingrained in our pop culture-ness that I'm just really excited to like know it.
It's so good.
I can't wait to meet it. Can't wait to meet
so
you, High School Musical.
I will say that I don't know if I talked about this at length on the pod, but we went, me, Sis, Kelby, and Bailey went to the Bop to the Top, which was like pretty much like side characters from High School Musical hosting it. Not obviously Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, the main two.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. But like this, like the Friends would host it, and it was like a full out Disney jam night with like all the High School Musical songs. They were like the DJs up there getting it. And then they would have like one of the, like when we went, her name's Monique. She plays, oh God, what is her name? I haven't watched these movies in so long. She's Vanessa Hudgens' friend in the movie.
Okay.
Gabriella's friend. And she like hosted ours that we went to. Like sometimes it would be Lucas, sometimes it would be Monique doing it.
Very
she
cool.
hosted ours, came out on stage, told the whole story of how she like came to be in High School Musical. And we'll maybe have we're gonna try to get Bailey on and to talk more about maybe after you watch the second one.
Okay.
We'll give like a full rundown of the Bop
that's
to
like
the
crowd favorite, right?
That's the crowd favorite. You're gonna have to watch. There's 3.
Okay.
You're gonna have to watch all 3.
Great.
But I may give you a break after 2 just because we'll see. We'll see how you feel about it.
What if I like love one so much I just want to go watch 2 and 3 on my own?
Well, you could knock them out all in 1 week if you want to.
We shall see.
Yeah, you do what you want to do. Anyway,
Asterisk.
So that's my assignment to you is High School Musical.
Okay. So I was between 2 movies for you.
Okay.
But now that you said High School Musical, I'm gonna go Moulin Rouge.
Okay, Moulin Rouge it is.
It's one of my favorite movies. I know we've talked about you watching it. I think now's the time because I think it'll be an interesting juxtaposition of like the type of musical that it is.
Yeah, let's not even compare those in the slightest.
No.
High School Musical is going to be like a cheesy, teeny bopper musical, but iconic.
Yeah, this is going to be, they're very different, but just because they both have that musical element, I think it'll be interesting. I think you're going to, I don't know. I think you're going to like appreciate it for what it is, but you're not going to be like,
obsessed with it.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's definitely got a vibe.
Okay.
I don't even know how to describe it.
We'll see what I have to say next week.
Okay. All right. Should we take it to the Rex?
To the Rex.
Okay. So my Rec is a show. If you haven't heard of this, you're living under a rock. How many times have I said that on this podcast? So it is the show Shogun.
Yes.
So it was a book. I think they made a series or a movie about it years ago. It's my friend Matt's, Betty's husband's, shout out Betty, favorite book. And he was so excited about this. They actually got a new dog recently after the show came out. The cutest French bulldog ever.
Oh, a Frenchie. I love Frenchies.
And he named it after, because it's like his dog, named it after the lead character, Tornaga.
Oh.
So they have a little French bulldog named Tornaga who's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
So it's fantastic. It gives Game of Thrones with like the families vying for powers, the different houses.
Love it.
But you said the thing that made me think of this is like it's hard to fall. Like you have to stay locked in versus the shows that you were wanting the recs for of like which of the 4 rewatches.
Yeah.
Or you don't have to be locked in.
Yeah.
This one you have to be locked in.
Because you have to read subtitles.
You have to read subtitles.
Which is tough for me. It's tough.
But you have to watch it. I'm telling you.
I'll do it at some point. I'm not going to promise you that I'll do it this week, but I'll do it at some point.
Oh, no.
Because I'm hearing across the board that it's really
You have
good.
to watch it. It's on Hulu. It's 10 episodes. It's not the most bingeable. Like I would say like 2 or 3 at a time is good.
Because it's kind of
It's
heavy
long
like
and
Game
heavy.
of Thrones?
Yeah. And at first, of course, just like Game of Thrones, it's hard to follow. Like, who's that? How are they related to that? Because they're all related somehow.
Right.
But damn, it's good. If you've been wondering, should I watch Shogun? Yes. Okay. That's all I'll say.
Are you finished with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I finished the last 4 in one sitting. I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Because once you get to like that point in the show.
Well, then you're like in the heat of it.
Yes. Yeah. But the first few, probably the first 6, I watched like 2, and then I watched 4 at once.
Okay.
So good.
Okay. My rec is completely different. Food.
Oh.
Back to the food. Mm-hmm. I've been making like Buddha bowls. You heard of like Buddha bowls?
I've heard of this. I don't know what it is.
So it's like if you're all over like Pinterest and the internet, like looking for recipes like Buddha and trying to eat like semi-better.
Yeah.
Buddha bowls, I've been making them. So it's pretty much just like a starch base of either like rice or quinoa. And then I put like arugula in mine because I love arugula. Mm-hmm. And then you do like a couple different veggies. So like sweet potatoes and broccoli or sweet potatoes and squash or whatever. I like sweet potatoes in mine because I just love sweet potatoes.
So you out here like roasting sweet potatoes or are you buying like the bagged?
So I buy I hate the like not cut up ones that you have to roast and then deal with. But I buy the cubes and then I roast that in the oven or the air fryer. Either way, really good.
I've been all up on that air fryer. Like
either the air fryer or the oven for me work and get them real nice and crispy and brown on the outside. And I'll put the cubes in my bowl with like quinoa or rice and arugula. So and then whatever protein. Like I've done shrimp, I've done chicken, ground turkey.
Saucy.
That's the most important thing is the sauce makes it. I have this one that I am now obsessed with, lemon tahini. So it's like a spoonful of tahini, a whole lemon juice, a little Greek yogurt to like make it creamier, a little olive oil, salt and pepper. So oh my gosh, that's like my go-to sauce right now for my little Buddha bowls. And so,
oh my God, I'm excited about making this. That sounds so easy and so
it's
yummy.
So easy and like you can change it up. So like even though you're eating a bowl every night, like because I pretty much eat a bowl almost every night, but I change up. Like I'll change up the sauce I've been obsessed with, but I have done other ones. Like I'll do like a spicier one or like a sweeter, honeyer one.
Like some Brussels.
But you can like switch up your protein and veggies every night to where it doesn't feel like you're eating the same thing, but you're essentially eating a healthier bowl.
That sounds so good.
I've been eating them a ton lately. The lemon tahini dressing is my favorite.
You'll have to send me whatever that.
I'll send you. Go to Pinterest and type in Buddha bowls. They'll be no idea. It's just what they call them.
It's funny that's healthy and he's like known for his belly.
It is funny. They're healthier. Yeah. And like
that sounds so
you can
good.
change them up. I really like them. I've been making them all the time.
I feel like you can make
you can go like
a lime cilantro.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You can go like whatever cuisine, like Mediterranean or more Asian or more Mexican. Like you can make the bowl whatever you want it to be. Like change the dressing up and the seasoning. It's
like
up.
A thing when it's just like normal ingredients, but somehow it just like becomes this
magical.
Know.
Yeah, it's not like I'm introducing this like grand idea of Buddha bowls, but it's just like if you were to go on Pinterest and say Buddha bowl recipes, there are like every type of Buddha bowl and every type of Buddha bowl recipe you could want. And now I've just got like my go-tos and I've been making them all the time lately.
I like that.
They're delicious.
So easy and yummy. Mm-hmm. Speaking of air fryer today, Harrison came in earlier and he was like, do we have any of that chicken salad left over? I was like, no, buddy. So H-E-B has this great chicken salad.
I love H-E-B's chicken salad.
And I had gotten this little pack of the like to-go thing that the meals, whatever they call it. And it had the really yummy crackers.
Yes.
And today I was like, and I went to Gemini and I was like, what is something? And I knew in my brain what it was going to say, but I was like, I have panko breadcrumbs. I have this. I could also use bread. And it was like, why don't you make some croquettes? And it was like, do it in the egg, do it in the panko, put it in the air fryer 10 to 12 minutes, dip it in ranch or anything of your choice. It was so good. A little chicken salad. I did it for 10 minutes. They were so good. Crispy little chicken salad.
Sounds good.
So yeah, recommend that as well.
Yum. All the food.
All the food, and that's all the things.
That's all we got for you. Y'all follow us on all the things. Listen to us on all the things. Watch us on all the things.
Yep.
Spotify, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Instagram.
Yep. And make sure to comment and leave us reviews. It really means a lot to us. Go check out our merch.
The merch, so baby. We'll link it.
Kaley is today, by the way.
Yes.
we're going to go buy some more because they're so comfy.
Yeah, no, we got our first order and we're obsessed.
Yes, they're so comfy.
The quality of the shirts, and I love the hat. I'm a big hat person. I love the hats.
Love it. All right, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.